hello. I'm just giving it time for everyone to give those who want to watch the show, as always, you know? But we'll start very good. Let's begin. Welcome to the next show. I'm your host, TK Diz, Isaac Quiston, Aeon, Orion. You know what you can call me. And last time on Danganropa 2, Goodbye Despair, we took on Nagito, who's trying to find out the traitor once we reach the 5th island. And Nagito apparently placed a bunch of bombs around the island, and I put very much emphasis on the air quotes there, since there was no actual bomb, so no actual issue there. But nonetheless, the bombs were actually fireworks. And he had actual grenades, but not actual bombs, because there'd be not enough bombs to actually blow up the island. Which is a fair point, but still a bad threat. And yeah, we haven't figured out who the traitor is, of course, but he apparently does. And now we've just been waiting on that little cliffhanger because he's in the storage room, wants to talk to us. Or the goods warehouse, which is where we're gonna go right this minute.
Huh?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna beat the crap out of him. Hey, I totally know how you feel, but calm down.
Wait!
Shut up. Huh? Everyone's feet came to a grinding halt. Their red, angry faces instantly transformed into a look of caution. Akane, what is it? Can you hear something? It's coming from the other side of this door. The other side of this door? As I listened carefully, I could make out a soft sound coming from inside the warehouse. Music? Ugh, what's he planning? Is this another one of Nagito's traps?
Huh?
Maybe the moment we open the door, a real bomb is gonna go kabloom?
Now then.
Alright, let's open it and find out.
Huh?
Please do not, Akane. It is dangerous.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem.
Leave it to me.
Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warning and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Clatter.
Huh?
It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it.
Hey!
I knew it. It's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay?
You!
Did I tell you it'd be fine? I'm just gonna use a little more force.
What?
What happened to opening it slowly? Well, and she can't open the door. She kind of needs to put a little more effort in it, Fuyuhiko. Kane ignored their protests, and with a mighty kick, the door flew open. Bam! Ah, it's gonna blow up! Instinctively, we tensed our bodies and braced ourselves. But...
Huh?
What's this? What happened?
Yeah.
Look inside.
It sure is dark.
Looks like there aren't any lights on. Is Nagito really in here?
Hey, I mean, as someone who has sit around in the dark room, it was after my eye surgery and my PRK, and my eyes were messed up with a lot of light, so I needed to darken things around, and I basically just sat in the dark for a day. Thankfully, only a day. By then, my eyes had recovered. Inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness, a loud Himola blared throughout the warehouse at full volume.
Hey, do you guys hear something?
No, Akane, no one hears it.
Yeah, it's really damn loud. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap?
Apparently Fuyuhiko does not like his music choices.
No, I'm not talking about the music.
And as if on cue, it suddenly started.
It's on fire!
It's a trap! A fearsome blaze suddenly began dancing inside the dark warehouse, like fiery wings spreading before us.
Whoa! What's going on?
For now, we must extinguish these flames. Let us hurry and
get the extinguishers to work, there should be fire extinguisher supplies inside the factory break room. Perhaps we should use those.
Damn it.
You got it, let's head to the break room. Okay, listen to Sonia, we ran to the factory. There's a break room? I mean, there always should be a break room, but... Oh, there's a break room. The break room is here, right? Where are the fire extinguisher supplies? Fire grenades? Supply a lined up plastic bottle. It looks like there's some kind of liquid type.
Everyone!
Found it. Those are fire grenades. Fire grenades? They're basic fire extinguishing goods. Throw them on a fire, the container breaks and the chemical inside puts out the fire.
It is strange, no?
Strange. The last time I was inside this place, I recall some other fire extinguishing supplies too.
Hey!
There should be plenty. Let's hurry up and go back to the warehouse. Grab all the fire grenades and rush back to the warehouse. There's clearly more grenades in there, but... If you don't get too close to the fire, it's dangerous. Make sure you're not going to fail the smoke as well. Throw the grenades and the door at the same time.
Damn it!
Let's take a turn in the back and burn it up. Let's jump in for that, right?
I'm gonna do it!
Alright, let's go. Grenades. Aim for the furnace in the back. All the fire grenades, one after the other.
Hey! Is it just me? Or does it feel like the fire's not going out at all? Does it not seem like the fire is intensifying? If the fire continues to rise, it will inflame the ceiling!
Get out of there!
This is bad. We've already used up all the fire grenades.
How many of them did you throw? There was like a lot.
What are we gonna do? All we can do now is pray for rain!
Don't be stupid. There's no way it'll conveniently start raining if we pray for it.
And because you're inside a building.
It's raining?
Soda, you're a mechanic. You should really understand this better. It's fire.
So this is the power of the Japanese Terra
Fire
That's not it. It looks like the sprinkler's activated.
sprinklers. It's the fire.
Oh, the sprinklers. They must have detected the smoke and turned on.
Yeah. Water continues to vigorously pour out of those sprinklers. And after a while, the fire in the warehouse was completely extinguished. It looks like the fire is out. That is already. What the hell? My merch is drums. That's flooded with water and now it's so wet.
Hey, hey.
Hey, is it okay to look inside now?
Just a minute.
Time out. Can't. No way. Oh, why can't we go inside?
Hey,
Gas is supposed to spread throughout the warehouse, so it's gonna ventilate for a while.
Well, yeah.
I guess you're right. The problem is he's been anything with smoke.
so...
Save your help, wait for a while. While you're waiting, why don't you check out you got freshly prepared. Now,
You're so
everything is a lie.
stupid.
Monokuma doesn't exist. Monokuma Theater doesn't exist. Everything is fiction. There's no meaning whatsoever. There's no relationship whatsoever. Monokuma can't be found anywhere. They would never come up with a twist so stupid as everything in Danganropa.
Yes, indeed.
Real, right? Yes, I am, Brawl. B3 had the worst ending in a Danganropa game. Also, I'm finally starting to feel better. Just because my important merch was ruined doesn't depressed about the road. Please be. You don't feel depressed? I always ask myself this question.
But hold
Why are
on!
your eyes on the front?
I got it!
So we can move forward. Don't be sad about what's already happened and be positive. We get it already.
Jeez.
Enough with your bullshit.
I'll leave the rest to
Your
you!
bullshit is going off. Okay, I'll leave the rest to you guys. I turned on the lights for you guys. You might hurt yourself if it's dark.
Here!
Now. Go ahead. Go right ahead.
Perhaps.
Is Nagato inside? He said he was in his video message. He probably escaped by now. There was so much fire and smoke. I thought I finally get to beat the crap out of him this time.
Hey.
Well, why don't we go inside and see how it's doing? What happened? Well, nothing happened, but I don't know why. My heart is racing. I won't settle down. I'm scared. It's been intense Malice is about to stab me. Stab me with my whole body. I can't even budge. It feels like everything was too late. Why do I feel this anxious? Something feels very wrong. Anyway, let's go inside. And what are we gonna see? Charred odor emanated throughout the warehouse, and the air was so heavy that it was hard to breathe. The moment I set foot inside the warehouse, a mixture of bewilderment, anxiety, and fear overtook me at once.
It smells.
Something smells.
Hey!
That's not me.
I am sorry.
I'm terribly sorry.
You serious?
Sonia, say it ain't so. No, not that. What if Sonia think it was her fault? No, not that. It smells like... It's like a smell I've never smelled before.
Like...
Oh, it makes sense. There were strange smells when a bunch of different things were burning.
Hey.
Hey, everyone. Did you know about that curtain? Curtain? You mean the curtain that was on fire, right? What do you mean, no?
See?
I didn't notice it until the curtain was burning, but there's a space on the other side of it, too. I looked where Chiaki was pointing. There was still space beyond that burned, tattered curtain. Okay, so I guess you can't click on it.
It smells.
It definitely smells something, but what is the smell?
For sure.
I see. So there was a space beyond the curtain. I had no idea. So,
Oh my!
that smell was Miss Sonia. Seriously? I guess princesses, do that too. I'm not as well. You child? Honestly, I just think he's gonna do it. What a mess. Well, I don't feel that sorry about it since the only thing that got burned were Monaco merch. What are you gonna do for the conventions? I didn't notice until the curtain was burning, but there's a space on the other side of it too.
Could it be?
Maybe we better check it out, right? What? To check out back in the warehouse. I walked towards the burned, tattered curtain with slow, methodical steps. Sorry, 1 minute, guys. Sorry, I thought someone messaged me something important, but it was apparently just my phone telling me Tumblr's emailing me. I never experienced such an impressive atmosphere before, and I couldn't help holding my breath. And then on the other side of the curtain, I saw the true source of the intense malice that I had been feeling. Oh God, what are we gonna see? What are we gonna see? What are we gonna see? Oh shit. Holy mother of hell! I had no idea what I was looking. Someone just killed Nagito. By the time I realized, I was looking at the remains of Nagato Komaeda, the ultimate lucky student. I mean, he wasn't the best guy, but it's still sad to see him gone. I mean, he was at least helpful. When he was more helpful than Soda. Time had already stopped. Eventually, the shock finally registered with me. A numb feeling spread from the center of my brain almost instantly. Nagato was dead. When I saw this performance, I wasn't able to that reality yet. But apparently, huh?
What?
What's going on here?
Are you serious?
Dead? You're not pretending to be dead, is it? It's Nagito, you know? What's up? It's Nagito. You're always messing with us. You always try to confuse us. That's why. I can't believe it. Nagito ended up in such a cruel state. Nagito is dead. Deep down, I believe that when the killings finally ended, I'd never see this guy again. I never expected I'd be looking at Nagito's body like this. Nagito probably felt the same thing. I couldn't help seeing his dead and frightened face. But on this island, I believe like normal occurrences happen all the time. Even Nagito can see it that too. But it's something to smell out. Ding dong, dong, ding.
A body has been discovered! Now then, after a certain amount of time has passed, the class trial will begin!
Don't tell me.
The body discovery, that's what they're doing. And then it's for real.
Hey!
Then Nagito really is dead?
Damn it.
It's not just that he's dead, but the body discovery announcement was made. Does that mean Nagito was killed? Yes! Seriously, Soto's an idiot! Pass it on! Killed?
That's right.
It's one of us. I mean, that's what it means, right? Totally with Soto. One of us killed Nagito. One of us killed him so brutally. And then it's going to start again. Huh? Class trial is going to start soon, right?
Of
You
course!
gotta do it. We gotta find out who Nagito's killer is.
Hey!
You gotta sacrifice your judgment to survive and leave this island, right? No time for action. For action is now. Oh, come on. Yeah, but why would Nagito commit suicide? What, did he believe he was the traitor? So allow me to give you the familiar Monokuma spot.
Wait!
Hold it right there.
Damn it!
Why don't get in my way, okay? I was about to whip up Monokuma power in a cool way.
You stupid
I
brother!
can't stand this anymore.
Got it?
How much longer are you gonna through this? No more, I won't let you. I'll make sure I pulverize your evil intentions.
Hey!
Say something.
What's this?
Oh, that isn't you yet. Come on.
Please!
You just now noticed?
Like...
Money, if you're gonna talk about my intentions, why don't you talk about yours first? Huh? What's your intentions anyways? Why do you think everyone should go on the side? I'm sure everyone here wants to know too, you know? Yeah, that's it. What to do?
Please wait!
Enough already. We already have enough to deal with concerning Nagito. Please, do not say anything else that will confuse us.
Hey,
Alright, let's begin. But
this is just...
in the end, we still have to do it, right? As long as a killing happens, we can't do anything about it, right? We have no choice but to do it, right? Besides, it's our fault that we couldn't even prevent it. I know. It's the only way we can survive, right?
Nice!
Cool. Looks like you kids are way more well-behaved than Monica.
Don't fuck with me!
We're tired of this too, you know? That's why I'll definitely make sure to finish this for good this time.
This is
Does
kind
that
of
mean you guys are
messy.
getting bored of the school trip?
Actually,
Don't worry, the end is near. Huh? The end?
what's the matter?
Don't make a face like a pig that's about to become bacon. You've already noticed it, right? Behind that Monokuma timer. I guess there's only 2 days left, huh? There is? When that timer reaches 0 2 days from now, what will happen to us? The thing, school trip will be over.
Hey,
But if this will finally be over,
you serious?
then you can go home.
What are you gonna
Those
do?
berries before they're hatched. There's still something you gotta do before that, right?
So,
let's go.
the
Alright,
Monokuma file! Phew!
You guys need to find out who Nagito's killer is and survive the class trial. If this ends here, there won't be an afterwards at all.
Do your
Okay.
best.
Your chance.
Wait!
Hold on.
I won't forgive
won't
you.
skip this time. Wait right there. What do you guys think? If the school trip is nearly at the end, it's safe to think we can go home, right?
But still,
Kazuichi, I understand how you feel, but we need to focus on Nagito's case first.
Damn it!
If we can go home, it will be the end for us if we screw up here.
Alright!
Then let's hurry up and solve Nagito's case so we can all go back home.
however,
It's nice to think everyone can go home, but that is impossible, right? Someone in this room killed Nagito. Kill him among us. Who is this? Who is sauce cusp. The weight of those words began to sink into me. That was true of the previous case, but was it really true this time? No matter how much I tried, I couldn't believe it. Because the victim was Nagato. Because his death was so abnormally cruel. And it wasn't just that. There was something more to it than that. And whatever it was stuck inside me. Fascinating. First, we need to look at the monster fire. Nagato was born in April, and his blood type is O. Wait, oh damn, you're taller than me. The victim is Nagato Kamiyura. Body was discovered inside the warehouse and was not a focus on you. Yes, it was definitely spear stabbed in the stomach. There are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is lactation on his left arm and knife kills to his right arm or hand. What a tragic situation. This is making the breast. Is there something wrong with his stomach profile? Yeah? What's wrong with this? Doesn't so kill them. Not only is there a spear stuck in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is laceration on his left arm and knife tail to his right arm. Why did I do that again?
Yep.
I guess I'll find it. Don't worry or force me to run your own. That makes me more worried than I should be. We'll discuss it later. Right now, we're going to turn to investigate. So we must do it first.
See?
Down there won't be anything for us to discuss. Well, I guess you're right. Then, there's the areas around the Nagato spot. There, so we back the way. The birds watch most of the water. This area wasn't affected by the smoke very well. As that, I could probably investigate Nagato's body. I never thought I would investigate Nagato's body. He probably didn't expect me to let that disappear. I can remember the problem inside of me. I didn't retreat. Report section of land. There's something wrong. You are plushie. Oversized garbage. There is something.
What the heck?
What is called oversized garbage?
What are you saying?
Huh?
You're so evil!
Probably lying. You're always lying. You should just die like that plushie over there.
What's this?
You seem more pissed than you will these days, huh? But you better watch what you say. I feel like I won't give in to regrets. I'll fight you to the very end.
I can't lose!
Definitely take back to see the world you come to see from my perspective. Looks like those monsters are dying. What monsters are you did this? Killers on this? So, it's not supposed to blood? I have no idea how this is. That feels good.
Just kidding.
Oh, wait, like someone probably wanted to do more.
Bring it on.
It's the most foolish thought. Clearly comes from the fire.
Well,
Violators can choose to have someone to go down.
which means
So using that, the curtain was set on fire. The violator hung. The lyrics said,
you are right.
Killer probably planned to destroy evidence by setting this warehouse on fire. Causing fire to destroy evidence. It's only a reason I can think of why Killer will set fire to the Right, I definitely see it. It looks like a small red line on the ceiling building.
Perhaps.
Is that blood? Blood? The color definitely looks like blood, but there is no way blood to get up. Okay, right? Plus, it's a straight line. That's why I keep saying that. I think it's strange. It's definitely strange. I should know this. Blood on the girder has been added to the truth code section of your handbook. Soda, say something helpful. One of us killed Nagito in such a cruel way. Soda is sus. It's too bizarre. I can't do anything except laugh. Sus. Very sus.
Like,
I'm not freaking out about it like I do, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When the Nagito timer reaches 0 2 days, when the Nagito timer reaches 0 2 days, what's going to happen? Oh, what's gonna happen?
That's obviously wrong.
It's gonna end, right? You can finally go back home. They're free till the end. Does that mean you don't think that will happen?
Well, yeah.
What if you're making planning? Make us do something after the countdown ends.
Hey,
You know, you say that every time, but Soda would make the most sense. This is so utterly useful. Why did you disappear? What do you mean something?
shut up! Shut
Let's
up!
kill each other. You know what could be worse than that? I mean, kill all of you.
Damn it!
I don't know, but this is Monica Moore's on that. No, there's no way this will end. We can count down. Anyway. Like I said before, consider a few. This is what it was. For now, let's focus on the investigation. Think about the countdown. After we live, we talk about it. Yeah. But don't bring up strange stuff like that. Hey, everything else is so popular.
So just as I thought.
Go home. Nothing would make me happy. I love the banana. No, we should get this past well. Let's think about what we're having after. Now that we've got this going, it looks like we can get this stuff. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's like the time goes by. It's clearly written in the medical file. The time of death was sharp. It was unclear. What were you doing at that time? Well, right now it's... Who the hell is Professor Plum? It's 12:30 p.m. It has clock touched. Then that means Nagito died 30 minutes ago. What happened that recently? He's a totally fresh kill. Fresh. Seems like a bad way to describe it. What happened 30 minutes ago? Was it around the time he was living in the bombs? Right, those big bombs were the
Alright!
Well, we didn't have an hour at that time. Nagito's dead. But you see like when the power died. There was the emotion of some kind of automatic setting. Also, the power was very strong, so we would have found
Alright!
terrible reference. Fog is terrible. Terrible. And whoever doesn't have an alibi before we found the bomb is suspicious.
Huh?
None of us have an alibi for that time. That's when we all split up to search for the bombs. Yeah, that's the problem. Alright, I guess now we have to look at Nagito's body. I never expected Nagito to die like this. about a nonsense about hope and trying to keep the hell out of us. But even so, dying like this is just too cool. Also, he wasn't really useless. There are times when we only able to use good enough, but everything good and bad about him is gone. We'll never use him again. We'll never be saved by him. Now it's time to figure out restoration and to focus on restoration. Now I'm just going to let his body attack the mind. With a flash ornament on it, said, please have a whole stuff. No way around it. That looks like a fake potato.
What's this?
Oh my, what's this? The cord extends with the handle, and there's an iron weight attached to it. I see. Use the cord as a lift to capture the ice and deliver the final blow with the spear. Is this your first time with the spear? Of course not. And this is the spear of death. Right? Definitely something up right now.
Hey!
By the way, I wanted to ask you, where did that spear come from? I feel like I saw it at Boston.
What the hell?
Why are you designed to be afraid of mice? You're a bear. I don't remember too much about bears, but I'm pretty sure they're not afraid of mice. I'll send you all to hell. But more importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. The spear definitely catches my eye, but the weight on the end of the board coming out of the handle, it looks like that part has blood on it. Something in this section of the board doesn't have blood on it. What size of a book? That this section of the board doesn't have blood on it. Also, she hasn't mentioned this really, but apparently that's a good thing for the it might be better if I can show that later. Here, but here, I can add it. The knife is stabbed and not its over hand. Hey, how can they do something so cool? This knife, it must be from the military base. Military base? Never mentioned it. You're right, it looks like it's plastic.
Well?
By the way, the wounds on his right and left arm were caused by the same knife. Which means after the killer was finished stabbing until his right arm, he stabbed the knife to his right hand.
It cannot be!
Then they finished him off with the spear.
How cruel!
Oh, cool. And the killer went to the work. He got that knife and a spear. They could just kill him without stabbing him with the knife. What do they need to do spear at all?
You are right.
That is definitely strange. This whole death is strange. Was there a reason they had to do that? You had to use the spear, huh? I don't know if it's magic. It was something like that. It's on his upper left arm. His legs and right hand have stab wounds from this region from the slice. It's probably the reason that the wounds down his left arm doesn't look like you can hear the other wounds. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that he is this wound and there's blood everywhere.
Super difficult. See?
Look at the palm of his left hand. That blood is from when his left arm is sliced right. Then the blood spatter is in his face. It cuts off right in the middle of his palm. Yeah, something comes off. Maybe that's how the blood is in his spatter. Well, that was from the blood in his palm, but there's something else to say. Look it over and look at the back of his hand.
Well?
There's also blood. Blood in the middle of his finger. Right, right in the hand of his palm.
See?
Check that, right? Right? Hello. Yeah, sure, do that. But it's definitely strange. What would the killer do to get the blood out of this? Blood on the left hand has added. Both of them are fine. Both of them have red to fight on. The shield is tied to the killer's revive. Look at the movie at all. According to Monaco, the wounds on his legs are all stab wounds. Does that mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagato? They also stabbed his legs? Why would the killer do something like that?
Damn it!
At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. The killer must have been holding a huge grudge towards him. Or it might have been torture. torture.
Huh?
They did say who the traitor was. Of course, if the traitor killed them, they could torture him. I mean, if they just wanted to stab, want to kill him, they could have just stabbed him once in the chest, right? Good. Sorry. This guard is in his chest, the other wounds were fucking which means the wounds all over Nagato's body were the killer torturing him? If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagato confess? Was it something that was the traitor? Who was the traitor?
Even so.
If this was torture, there's no doubt the killer must have felt that she killed Nagato. The killer died too. I totally understand dark impulse like that. But you can't help but against him if they had really gotten this alive. Torture would such an add to the truthful infection oh, there it's great. Must be good. He has this iPad stuff on his face and died. Now it's covered with duct tape.
This is bad.
What a horrible look at his face. That's got a little bit of cut. Even though his mouth is covered with duct tape, it has kind of a little bit of that. That whole part. Check your past. Pull it down next to my close face. Rip the duct tape off his mouth. Okay. Hey, what are you doing?
It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. I'll put it right back once I'll put it right back once I'm done with this.
Hey!
We'll take that back to the position. How dare you call her an ungrateful swine? She's been saving her ass as much as Nagato has. And she's gonna get hurt. I was wondering how this face. It looks like the most slice on the left arm. But the face, it's like she's not even listening.
Hey.
So about the blood spatter on his face. There's no blood on the duct tape. What's wrong with that?
Well,
Duct tape has poured inside of his mouth, right? Nagato was probably desperate to keep his mouth under the duct tape. What's wrong with that? She means Nagato's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got this wounds all over his body. He tried to shout, but duct tape was get sucked into his mouth. But what's wrong with that? Is that something we really need to worry about? I don't really get it, but just put the duct tape back on his mouth already. Why?
yep.
Yeah, you're right. Why would you put the duct tape back on his mouth? Maybe it's some kind of food too. I should learn that. Duct tape doesn't add to it. It looks like a fan. What is this? Don't throw. Not so right. This is tied to it. It looks like the tape that way is turned off. He's open the fire. That's weird. The rope is turned off like that. The fire handle is closed. That's like this the fire. It's supposed to place. Burnt rope adds to the close section of the handle. I guess I'm done with curious around Naga's body. I can't believe I actually investigated such a surprise. Even I'm surprised at myself. Does this mean I'm used to it? My classmate's dead. My classmate's dead body is right in front of me. What am I doing to kill a responsible? I've investigated again so I can find the killer. Am I used to something as abnormal as that? That would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. And I guess that Kitty's role wasn't to kill Nagato. They should have been another reason as well. Now maybe, if you had done what they had found, good, cover this mouth with duct tape. Not just that, there's no reason to look at the table. So what was the reason? What do you think? Like, I might investigate other areas to figure that out. Or I should try investigating the other areas inside the areas in the house. Okay? fire started. Yeah, you're right. Looks like it's supposed to be the ones that are plane. That actually is plane. I don't disagree with that, but why do you still think this? I think sound of not so screaming. Pretty clear now with this report. Stacked on top of each other. Apparently, it's considered monochrome as poetry and coding. This is completely social. I couldn't even say this anymore. Well, it's not like at this point. I'm guessing at this point we have to talk about it. That is for them. Okay, now.
Hey!
Like.
Say what?
I see. So that's why you're the only one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake.
but it sounds just so similar.
I did. As did Monami as well. She was also secretly peeking at the ball.
I just noticed Monami in the corner.
Which means...
Those bombs are the same ones that disappeared during the Nagato campaign. That is why I knew it was a mistake. However, I just think it was saying the Nagato could know so why. That bomb was real. I could not touch that. Upon further reflection, that might have been Nagato's plan all along. To show it's a real bomb, it doesn't mean that the bomb's set is real. If so, then Nagato's actions were calculated. But the problem is, with this, I have explained everything.
Do you have a minute?
No more reason for you to die. You're right, I got it. Since the time has been added to the set, I'm pretty much finished looking into everywhere else. I was able to find some clues, but there are still some things I don't understand yet.
Hold it.
Of course.
Well?
No time for this, we're ready for broader investigation. We included investigate other places as well. You might be right, there are several things I don't want to about besides the military bases on the dungeons, Washington is still away. Maybe the castle was still not still going to it. Doesn't change over that, no more about it.
Can you hear me?
There's no time for us to stand around. In order to survive, there's no other way except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Nagato's killer. If we don't sacrifice that person, no one can survive. That's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around. Especially, I do not want to know what would happen last time. Alright, so back there. Laptop that was on some Nagato's video message on this laptop. Still watching us from somewhere? Not how his message so perfectly. Now, looks like the video was sent clear after the explosion by the wireless signal from the generator. But why did he have to use the video message? That's the one thing I don't get. At the time, Nagato should have already been killed. The video was recorded in advance. Besides that video, the memory data on this laptop is secure. That's not mine, I tried to make a laptop, but it's not using flat. There's no way I can cover this. But it's flat, and the indicator is on the inside. Maybe I know what to do this.
My! However...
I don't know why I was getting out of I thought I did.
Well? Do you have a minute?
Nothing to do this forcing us to kill each other. Or devise something like that.
Amazing! Alright!
Hold on. First bomb inside Yuki's.
Easy as pie!
Wait, it's all great. It's not. Okay, what the hell's that?
Enough already!
No more.
Hey,
No, you're just picking up. See, all you feel is the soft weight of cotton. I know Monokuma can explode, so that's terrible.
I see.
You're right.
However...
Then, this is not close to the bomb. third island is the part, but it's the fourth island.
Yo.
I think I lost food. It's obviously not.
Also,
Remember, that's actually a Odin spear itself. I think a big, well, spear that affects causality is always just target. I think Gungnir's spear is also supposed to be a very dangerous spear as well. I mean, it's goddamn Odin's spear, so yeah, the All Father is not the god you should mess with. Why did the killer use the spear on the knife?
well, yeah.
He could just go with the knife, and it would be easier too. Always feel like this, with this unnecessary force, you know, yeah, it's definitely much harder to kill. But still, choose this spear for alright, so that's everything with that asshole. So, now, I got magic over here. Too much repetitive stuff. About watching fast forward walk. sure that probably would be okay. Never mind, so much. So, surprise? Yeah, it's better and that's fine. You guys can play on it. So, look, I like to do the bomb for a second. Maybe that big one did. Yeah, for sure. Now, is that really good? I'm trying to do that to explain later. Maybe there was another mind that. Probably guns and other firearms and stuff.
Whoa!
Not nowadays. Well, that truck right over there has guns in it, but I also have stuff like that. Survival. But that's... But the same type of knife that was that.
All right!
That's everyone. Soda sucks. Soda sucks. I feel a little tired. No matter how much I investigate, I don't feel any closer to the truth. That's probably why I feel this way. I feel this strange feeling that I've never felt before. As if Nagato is trying to make us suffer, even after he died. Well, now's not the time to think about stupid things like that. I haven't even investigated his cottage yet. It's too early to start complaining. If we investigate that place, we might be able to find some kind of clue. Alright, let's go. Now we're going to the cottage. I accidentally forgot the military base. Failed with the angle of the camera right there. I don't know what we're doing.
What's this?
Oh my, you wanna go inside Nagato computer?
Hajime.
Hajime.
What are you gonna do?
Shigaki's request. He wants you to unlock the door to Nagato's cottage ministry. You're moving to the class trial. Beg me to do it while she's looking at my blackout. What kind of fun? I can do that.
Boy! Tough crowd.
I got black. We don't have time to mess around. Hurry up and lock the door.
Fine.
That's fine. I gotta do that, right?
Now then, loose! Bye-bye!
Yeah, that's cool. We didn't investigate that. This is my first time seeing that, but why is the door open?
Perhaps.
Punch, right?
Hey.
One part. Let's go inside. And the door is open. Yeah, you're right. Cottage. Nagato? Okay. Yeah. So, Nagato was living here. What was he thinking inside this room? What was he feeling as he spent his days in here? Can't even imagine. Waiting to see absolute hope? Becoming despair so he could act as a stepping stone for the rest of us? No matter how much I think about it, I just don't understand him at all. I don't even know if he truly believed that. He was especially weird the past few days. What changed him? Maybe the clues to that might be hidden here as well. In this area.
No!
Makes me wonder. Were you not able to enter Nagato before this? You were in the last chapter, the fifth chapter, last one for the Nagato. Why are you in the fifth? Is it a refrigerator?
Huh?
No, it's not a refrigerator. I wonder where he got it from. Nagato probably supplied it himself. Probably never trouble with the refrigerator. Just really enjoyed cold drinks. When I talked to Shigaki, I opened the refrigerator out of curiosity. There isn't really much inside. The only thing inside the refrigerator was a round bottle. Someone likes cold drinks. Second because it's stocked with a bunch. But that bottle is considered as a drink, right? Really? It looks like some kind of dietary supplement to me. Oh, I Janae? Are you using those things on your face right now? Because that's what bottle clearly says. Monokuma's special poison for poisoning use only. You're missing some kind of diagram or something. Focus on it. I just drowned. Well, I'm a person for a new label. Specifically made for poisoning someone to death. Hey, this is... Yeah, it looks like it's poison. Poison. Looks like there's a warning label on the back. Let's examine it in more detail. But be careful with that bottle. Don't drop it. Stop it. If you worry like that, I'm gonna get nervous. I grabbed the bottle with my trembling hand and began reading the warning label on the back of the bottle. Poison made specifically for killing Monokuma. It's Monokuma's special poison. Wait, did I read that right? Poison made for specifically killing someone. It's Monokuma's special poison. This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though it's vitality as well, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. In the initial state, it's heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes. It's susceptible to hydrolysis. So it's possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. This liquid is cured by storing it in cool plates, glass, or plastic container away from sunlight. This sure looks like chemical made solely for poisoning someone to death. This refrigerator must be here to keep the poison secure. But where did Nagato get something like this?
Well?
Octagon. That question applied to the bomb used in the hot hotel tip. Applied to the bomb?
See?
There should be a reason when Nagato was able to things and dangerous items. The octagon inside the funhouse. This poison, he must have brought it with him from there too, right?
Perhaps.
He was probably hiding them somewhere on his body during the last class travel. He was hiding a bomb and poison during class travel. Unless he can just go back to the funhouse, because I'm guessing he dragged that fridge here. He somehow got that fridge here. What would he have done if he accidentally tripped and broke the bottle? Just thinking about it scares me.
Hey, hey.
Also, he already blew up the bomb he took with him at the lobby. Well, what about this poison? Huh?
See?
It looks like the bottle is less than half empty. Was it like this from the beginning? Or did Nagato use it? If so, where did he use it? I wonder, is there still a trap somewhere that hasn't been sprung yet? Another trap? For
Perhaps.
example, maybe he was making some kind of trap using this poison before he died. If that actually exists, it would be real bad. It could potentially kill everyone on this island. Everyone on this island? What the hell? Nagato, are you still trying to make us suffer? Are you still trying to make us suffer even after you died? Monokuma's special poison has been added to the truth bullet section of your hand. What else? Time for investigators to move you down. Workshop might take some time to investigate, so we should try to okay, we're going to do this later off, but I just really no, it's not that good. that's what this is about. You're seriously trying to crush me.
What are you
What
saying?
There's no way a big brother would ever crush his little sister. Bullshit. It looks like the time to settle things between us is getting closer every second. Hey, I don't know why you're getting so serious, but is what Monokuma said true? Huh? You said that you didn't write it in that notebook. Is that true? So, who wrote it? Well, you know, it's, how should I put it?
Bye-bye!
Hold on.
Yep.
Some kind of computer. It looks like it's a waste of time to try to but still, I really want to ask you about that notebook. Actually, it might be better if I didn't ask you. Time for us to thoroughly go through that stuff.
Hey, hey!
Let's leave it for later. Yeah, I agree. Wait, is there more to look through? Under the bed? That's a cot. Looks like the one in my room, but
Hey, hey!
maybe there's something under the bed. It's the usual place for hiding things. Yeah. Well, we should try to still check just in case. Nothing. And something here. Plastic bag. It looks like there's something inside. What is this? Gas mask and slugs? Looks like a gas mask and over the water. You can look at the wheel again. Interface. Gas mask and rubber gloves. Tiny pieces under his bag. What did I think this was for? Gas mask and rubber.
Hajime!
Okay, is there anything else under the bed? Let's see. He's in the bed once again and started looking around the area where I'm seeing one thing and there's a small piece of paper. Piece of paper. Some of those seals that go over jars unopened.
Wait.
Who knows? Might be juice inside that. Paper is now persuaded to do this without realizing it. I sighed and walked towards the shelf. One by one, I started moving the various books and items and examining each of them. But even as I examined them carefully, there were still a bunch of random books and items. There's no way there are proof here. Huh? Well, that file wasn't one of ours. This is another one. Let's see. It's a school bag. Does that have information about our storm memories? Unfortunately, I couldn't find any clue about that. This file contained our information, just hardware information. Master said this only contains information about me, but is that really true? I looked at this to be obvious, right? He said I was in the reserve department and had no time to look. That might be another one of his lies too. I opened the file I held in my hand. Next thing I realized something was strange. This student only had my information, but why this file was thick? When I opened it, it was clear to me. Just like I thought, my red light. Aside from my information, there was information about the others. Kazuichi, Yukiko, Akane, and Sonia. Everyone who died had pages of information about them too. The file contained information on all 16 of us. Only my information I asked. date, a birth, a height, weight, and so forth. But there was one thing that caught my eye. The word reserve course student. There's no prize. Confirmed that I truly was a reserve course student or reserve party. Damn. I really thought he was the ultimate empath. Why is he going to let it a lie? Why? Why am I the only one here who's a reserve party? Why am I here with all the other ultimates?
Hey.
Did something happen? Well, I just kind of that's the special prize I could receive from being the final bedroom. As I recall, you see profile sheet there. Not just my profile. Profiles of everyone on this island are in here today. Not until we have.
Huh?
You say everyone sheet. Everyone? Yeah, it's basic information from their sheet. Profile for all 16 of us. Can I take a look at the file? Check with the suggestion of your profile.
You're right. My profile is really in here.
I will eventually learn
But unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any details.
Details?
Details about our missing memories. Information about the time we spent at Hope's Peak Academy. If it's not written in there, these profiles might have been written before we entered the academy.
Then it's impossible to obtain new clues from them.
Yeah, seems like it.
Hold on.
Huh?
What happened? I just noticed it right now, but...
The file! His name isn't in there, right? There's supposed to be 16 names worth of profiles, but his name is the only one missing, right?
What are you talking about?
Byakuya. I'm talking about Byakuya Togami. Look carefully. No matter where I look, I don't see his name anywhere.
No way!
So what if the name isn't written in that file? Perhaps based on that, you might be the traitor. No, it's not just because his name isn't written in here. That's not the only reason I think he's You participated in killing school life at Hope's Peak Academy, right? For someone like him to be in a similar situation on this island, no matter what, it's definitely suspicious. It pains me to say this, but we're saying about the missing name and about school life.
Too bad!
It's really wrong. There's a completely different reason. A different reason?
You're getting all riled
You
up!
guys have been getting all worked about that Byakuya for no reason. The great mystery that you think surrounds that Byakuya doesn't exist. You're basing it on one person's cheap speculation. And what does that mean?
What the heck?
You don't have to ask me that. You know the answer, just like those profiles, right? Huh? Let's turn back to the file. One by one, I search through the pages and one to the next. Suddenly, I came across a page that was filled with question marks. Every section was filled with question marks. It barely considered a new profile. On that page, I was only able to confirm one thing. Ultimate imposter. That Byakuya does really good. He was a fake that was pretending to be the ultimate heir of Byakuya Togami. Yes, I know it says something else, but honestly, ultimate heir is probably more fitting way to describe his title, and I think they actually use that. I think it's translation from the anime, maybe? Hard to remember. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've watched the anime, although honestly, replaying Danganropa 2 does make me want to watch the anime for Danganropa 1. Honest to God, I miss the fact that we never got an anime for Danganropa. Danganropa 2. Apparently the creator didn't want to make it because he considered it was too fan servicey. I mean, not only did you hint at the end for Danganropa 2 with the end of Danganropa 1's anime, but why would you not want to make something for your fans? You know they love it. Ugh. Then again, this is the same guy who came up with V3's ending, so who knows? Maybe he just really stopped caring what fans think. He was a fake that was pretending to be the fake. I like to know. This count is ultimate imposter, not the ultimate impersonator. So that would explain why he finally got the answer. Why he got so fast. not Togami. The fact that this profile is filled with question marks isn't a mistake or an oversight. Surprisingly enough, that's the correct information regarding him. The ultimate imposter has no name, no permanent address, and even his age and gender is unknown. Basically, he doesn't exist. I kinda understand, though I got a question. How does the ultimate imposter have no information? Because he should have some sort of name. Since he doesn't exist, he's able to exist as anybody. That's his talent. I'm not jealous of that at all. I would be jealous of that. He can literally just beat anyone. That person wasn't really Ryoko Togami.
Perhaps.
Is that why he was so much fatter compared to when he was involved in his school life?
So
Basically, he doesn't have the ability to fool others at all. Real imposters are skilled like that. I mean, you gotta be honest. That's true. If my first time playing this, obviously I've been playing that up this entire time. Because this is my second time playing this game, of course. So I knew the entire time. I mean, my first time playing this, I was curious. Why did he get so fat? Why did he get it? Like, I literally believed it. The game literally makes us feel like this whole situation with this character is a red herring, and the game makes us feel something's going on with Byakuya. But nope, in the end, there was nothing. Then he was lying to us the whole time.
But still.
But he couldn't help it. What? Why couldn't he help it?
Oh.
Because that was his talent, huh? Well, having talent means you're also bound to that talent. The moment you obtain that talent, your way of life has already been chosen for you. You can't do anything else except rely on that talent, regardless of whether you want that life or not. In that sense, compared to the other ultimates, your life might be more liberating. But what the hell?
anyway,
Anyway, I'm not happy that you guys fell for a scam that I had nothing to do with.
that's right.
So I'll tell you straight up, this revelation about Byakuya is exactly the truth. But then, what was he trying to say to me that time? I cannot talk to others about my past. I suspect that my skeptical nature is partially to blame. Distrusting others and being distrusted in turn. For a long time, my life has been a living hell. Based on the context, if I had to guess,
No.
claiming that he was cursed to wander the earth was nothing more than a fraud. But if you guys had your school memories, he never would have been betrayed in the first place. I mean, it'd be different if you were meeting him for the first time. But since you guys went to Hope's Peak Academy, you should have known about the ultimate imposter already. So in the end, well, moves back to Danganropa. Jeez, the Future Foundation sure is awesome. There's no way you can ignore Monami or the traitor. I should ignore Monami or the traitor. Who is it? Who's the traitor? Just look through these 16 profiles. I still wouldn't know who's from this Future Foundation. Is there really someone like that?
Of course!
Obviously, you wouldn't know. I made that file so you guys can find out.
Could it be?
It's just I thought you were the one who did it.
Hey,
In fact, there are 16 profiles, and there is what's wrong. The traitor was a spy sent by the Future Foundation. Not a student of Hope's Peak Academy. He made a fake profile of the traitor and included it in here.
correct.
It would be funny to figure out who the traitor was so easily, right?
Hey.
Then we can't use this file to figure out who the traitor is. That's true for Naruto too, right? Well, probably. Hope's Peak Academy has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Are you sure about this?
Time's up now. Time's up, wait.
Bye.
Ding dong, bing bong. That chimed just now.
What is most important for living things? Well, personally, I think time is. I mean, your bank account may go up and down, but time will inevitably run out, right?
God, I'm worried about my time.
That's why we gotta cherish time. There is nothing more wasteful than wasting time. So,
Hurry up,
time's up.
Monokuma.
We will begin the last class trial. So please gather at Monokuma Rock. I'll see you soon.
Alright, so this makes the last class trial. He said that, right? He said the last class trial. Bet you there's one more class trial.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard it too. He really did say it was the last class trial. What do you think? Should we believe him? Monokuma seems anxious about the Monokuma timer earlier. Seemed anxious about the Monokuma timer, right? 2 more days. He said something about the killing school trip ending, right? Based on the time limit, this might definitely be the last one.
But still...
I can't imagine that it's the real end. Huh? I think Monokuma's real plan might be just beyond that. His real plan? Is Monokuma still planning to make us do something? What could it be? Maybe after putting us through all this, he's planning to kill the remaining survivors all at once.
Well?
But still, it's also not a good idea to think about it too much, I think. I think we should focus on the class trial that's waiting for us first. You're right. The class trial for Nagato's murder. We're pretty sure. I haven't collected my thoughts because we were so focused on this file. I still can't see who killed Nagato.
But still...
Well, you don't have to worry so much. Huh?
Right?
I mean, we're not fighting this alone, you know. You're right. You're absolutely right. We're not alone. Even if it's a mystery that can't be solved alone, as long as everyone cooperates and works together. Yeah, if we do that, things will turn out fine. And I'm just gonna fast forward to where we need to go, because we gotta go on. I think I just ran through where I was supposed to go. So this would probably run for being a late episode, since...
Damn right.
Well, we have to wait for the first break to end this episode. Looks like everyone's here.
Huh?
Is this it? Should there be more people?
Damn it.
No, but you're making me depressed. You're making me depressed. So what's going to happen again? Cool conflict with us down our friends. But once we do this, we go back, right?
That's right.
That Monokuma bastard said so. He said this was the last class trial.
Damn it.
No, we've been tricked every step of the way. There is no way I can believe that so easily.
Of course not.
Why can't you believe it? The guy who's making us do all this is the one saying it. You know? It's Monokuma. He's lied a lot.
You know,
That's right,
right?
I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after we deal with this class trial,
That's
I'll
right.
definitely find out who the killer is, no matter what. Even if I have to put out all the stuff. I'm telling you, it's gotta be Soda. He's so sus. What the fuck was it here? You haven't realized it yet. The feeling of wanting us to leave this island? That feeling of wanting to leave this island? Thinking like that is Monokuma's trap, you know?
Huh?
Oh, what are you saying?
Got it?
There's no way Monokuma will end things here. He's planning something far worse. Stop trying to jinx us!
I'll pick you up!
Damn right, stupid rabbits should just shut up. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair. Huh? I have finally realized, after losing my powers, I've realized that your powerlessness or your fate accomplishes nothing. That possibility may be small, but as long as there's a possibility, you must face it, in order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So we're fighting.
Huh?
What's her deal? I do not really know, but she seems different from before. Maybe she read self-help book.
Wait!
But her eyes, she looks so determined.
You.
What can you tell just by looking at those button eyes?
Ah.
Reasons to make sure you turn off the mute Minimaru. It'd be annoying if he starts talking during the trial. What it? Ah, fine.
But still...
Somehow I understand what Monami is saying, I think. Anyways, let's get going. It's the last class
Yep.
trial. We need to fight as much as we can, no matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end. Roar. This is the end. I kept saying those words to myself over and over within my mind. I entered Monaco's rock.
Yeah.
This elevator way to ride. This will be the last time for this too, right? I hope so.
Well,
Let's worry about things after we finish.
you are right.
More important, we must focus on the class trial before us.
Damn it.
The killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is going to go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that. Nagito was problematic in many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during trials. He was. He was the main rival character. I mean, one of them. I mean, Chiaki was. I mean, Chiaki plays pretty much the same role as Kirigiri, and Nagito was a slightly nicer Togami from the first game. That's saying something, yeah, you're right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But he's gone, but once we survive, we can stand and fight. We must fight. And then the door opens slowly. This bright light greeting us. Is that the light of hope or the light of despair?
Well now.
Well then, now that the Shadow Box Knights are gone, there are only 6 people.
Shut the hell up!
Yeah, that means there's gonna be 5 people at the end of this game. No, just fucking start this already.
Hey!
Okay, this is it. This is really the last class trial, right?
Yep.
Yep, sure is. So you gotta show some enthusiasm and make sure you give it your all.
Alright!
And I tell you said it, this is the end.
Now
Now
then.
then, let's get this trial started.
Viva
This is the last
killing!
part, last trial. Show some enthusiasm and kill each other. This is the 5th class trial. According to Monokuma, this is the last class trial. That curtain is about to rise. Nagito Kamieda, the ultimate lucky student. That's his name. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. But his true nature held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope will never lose despair. He said that he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up. But there were also times he saved his kid. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it, but there's no way you can end this without knowing. He will be consumed by despair. Damn, Jeff is the only one not red on that page. That's why we actually have to find out. First thing we finish on Nagito. So is another Nagito. Only Akane and Nagito is not red on that page. Every time. They're alive, and not even knows that they really last trial, that's all the more reason to do this. So, this life-threatening trial of building of hope and despair, the last one, has begun. Yeah, we'll save our current progress. And, while we could stop here, I say we're going to continue and at least go to the first break. Finish preparations? Yes.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because because you're a rabbit? Chesto! One more time! Jeez! How about this one? This will be my final blow! It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monomi. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who is attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or...
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up.
What were they trying to
Definitely the bomb's So, is whoever found that was
Fuyu. I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
My feelings were they really caused by torture? The point of torturing someone is to make them reveal information, right? And it's pointless to keep caught. Like I said,
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
the reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
No, that's wrong.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
Really?
I just realized it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Sorry, you're gonna say it's a trap because it's a trap.
Hajime, you got caught in that trap.
Stupid. That's right, we got this. Bottle showdown. Duct tape sword.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you obviously assumed he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it first, the killer tortured and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, allow me to cut through those words.
No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
What did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
I don't know way to settle this.
We
Let's
don't need to
continue.
play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? You have a crush on him or something?
And yes, you implied love interest, dude. You haven't got that yet? Are you in elementary school or something? I'm totally you.
You
So
were
does
with us when I
sus.
peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds. Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer? If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
We can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Which means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect. Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Please shut up.
Damn right it is!
The reason for the fire, huh? You're right, we need to clear that up first.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
How would that
There
work?
should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Or perhaps opening the door caused...
I agree with that. I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure! A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan!
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
Killer did one other thing to hide the domino effect, and it doesn't really... I don't get to read that line, but if you can probably tell what it was...
I see! You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse, that's the sound of the falling panels.
The inside of the warehouse is relatively dark because our eyes won't miss the bright sunlight outside. If that darkness allowed... Okay, now let's see this.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
It's fine, I'll open it slowly. No. I really hate this game.
So the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter. Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
If that door was the only entrance to the warehouse. I see, so the problem Kira was talking about is the killer couldn't have left.
I see! If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used. You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
Well,
You don't mean...
what if that's true? It's murder.
Hajime? What do you mean?
The person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse. There's only one person who could have done that. It's totally Hiroka. The actual answer is... I'm missing that. Yes, I did actually.
This is my answer!
Not bad. I was thinking
What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide?
Don't
be
That'd be too
stupid.
obvious.
His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget?
I mean, it's not like he took over himself.
Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
I mean, he could have tied himself up. Like I said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but not else he did all that to himself before he tied himself up. I feel like I'm overlooking something.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying just a leg, tying both arms would...
You couldn't do much with it. It'd be impossible if you were by your...
How about if you use your... Or if you use your...
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Yeah, we're not gonna ask what the hell did he mean by his front hair. The assumption is that Mike took him to by his belt, not supposed to tie himself up to really kind of his on the leg for as much as possible, but he really tie up both arms and legs.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. No, that's wrong.
That's the line.
Hold on a sec.
I'm really not trying to
Isn't
miss
that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
The proof that the burnt rope was on Nagito's right arm is a trap. The proof that the burnt rope on Nagito's right arm is a trap is right sleeve.
I see!
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in a fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Hell, Akane.
Akane,
Okay.
you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
That might be worse.
That's
Sonya, that might be
definitely
worse.
wrong.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
You're Japanese. Why do you want a Benjamin?
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand. Ah, that much is obvious.
Hajime, you tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
Never do it, though. No, you should try charging me, but she wants the money back. What the heck? He has yet to actually take the money.
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
Again, why do you want 100? A way to stab yourself in your right hand using only your right hand. It's okay. There's definitely an answer for us.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
I agree with that.
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach. He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
That's so
Like I said, if you
watermelon.
got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time. I need you recorded. For a reason.
Why?
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stab into your right hand while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
That just makes it more fun.
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else. I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Monome's sassing me.
Don't mind me.
It's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So, this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
It really is, but I still think so today.
And are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course, that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
It totally includes so.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
But so does the killer. Huh?
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now. Everyone working together.
She's right. We made it through several ordeals up till now by doing that. And even now.
All right, let's do this.
Alright, let's do it.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through. When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
And that rules out his left hand.
No, that's wrong.
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
What was Nagito's left hand doing when the blood splattered? Okay.
I see! When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
No! Just
Here's the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear! Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
But even if he held the spear with his tied up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
That's right, that's the problem.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle, just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it! Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear, I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
What section of the spear was he holding onto? Or...
I see! That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding onto the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Is it the size of that cut-off section? about the same size as a human fist?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Nagito was gripping the cord, extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand. But from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with the spear?
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time? At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
I like that plan.
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time? What does that mean? Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was positioned.
Nagito was facing up and the spear was stabbed through his stomach. So it was just before that. That's it. Could it be? Spear stabbed Nagito and he was holding the cord attached. Put those back together along with what we found in the warehouse and think about it. I should be able to figure it out. What the spear was and what state it was before it stabbed Nagito. Which means we got a log. Oh shit. The first question starting right now. Question 1. Where was the spear just before it impaled Nagito? Obviously, because it's not in his left hand or underhand. Them. Take it slow and know when you have to pass them. Or just be in the right spot to pass them. Damn, I was trying to avoid that one. Question 2. Besides the spear, what else was above Nagito? A stuffed plushie, sprinklers, or a ceiling girder? The answer is the ceiling girder, obviously, because that makes the most sense. And the sprinklers obviously would have been above them, but the sprinklers aren't an important part. Why that one tripped me up so many times. Next question. and the ceiling door. The robot Nagato's left hand, the robot Nagato's right hand, spear cord. Wow, I'm pretty sure every answer was in the yellow. Spear cord.
It's all coming together.
One of them was below.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP? That'd be awesome, but he'd probably use the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder and using that as a support. He hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then this is for real? He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear?
Damn, Nagito's.
That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
Really, why would he?
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
That's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Seriously, why do people shit on me? Nagito really underestimates my body now is just competitive. At least he's no calamity. And forgot all about it on that. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right? Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
This just makes me remind me. He did a
I
bomb
bet
scare.
the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so we'd be executed.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. It's probably just my imagination.
Why? I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Is it because we don't know who the traitor is, or...
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
What are you thinking, Connie?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You are right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right?
We all know we're not going to end it here, right? Someone can say something.
It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer? Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but...
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is.
Huh?
No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Something related to Nagito's death, and it's something that even he couldn't have messed with.
You're gonna keep going? Here, I thought we were finally finished.
Too early to be done, so these things take at least more than 2 hours. Something related to Nagito's death, a piece of evidence, and I never get enough time to read those lines. But it's the Monokuma file.
I see! Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it. Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
You guys figured out what it is? Victim is not yet. The body was discovered inside a warehouse near Monokuma's flushing factory. This man's time of death is believed sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in the stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a lack of communication on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. This is part of the Monokuma file that Chiaki is worried about earlier. What is it? What is hidden in the Monokuma file? Three words. Okay, need an A. please. So many goddamn letters. You're a little pressed. Hey, there's so many letters going on. I can't see what's going on. What is it? This is the one I don't like about my game. There's so many goddamn letters. I never see what's going on. It's really cold too. But yes, the phrase is cause of death. Notice that it doesn't actually say what killed
In
him.
this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
Nope. Yeah, I'm not going to read this. You can see in these words while I'm like, yeah, they'll play through that. Doesn't actually say
Isn't that
that
weird?
killed him.
Until now, the files always specified the cause of death. But the cause of death is obvious, is it not? The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was a cause of death.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, Monokuma, I plead the fifth!
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
Even during Gundam's case, and before during Nikon's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case. Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
Are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here? Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe. You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
This is friggin' annoying. But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma, you heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait.
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be all right. That's what I believe.
Aww. Splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
All your hopes are united. No despair can shake you, huh? Now that I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. The absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. That's not the same thing, however, Mary. And this situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking. And class trial is suspended.
No.
It was racing crazy when I got the most times and stuff, but think about it rationally, there's no way it was going to happen. We haven't done this before. Most of the players probably figured that out too. They don't know what it is now. Is that right, Mommy? And I'm trying to explain this all. Let's see how long the other do. Alright, fast. Friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence, and you're all alone with someone else. So I'm gonna the best friends. Don't say such stupid things. You hate me so much. Now, why do I have to do that? Besides, the fact that you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1 millimeter thing. It's sad. Distrusting your friend is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know? You're not even friends in the first place. Because you're older brother and you're pretty fun brother. It's sad to live a life without friendship. It's sadder than watching high school rom-com full of guys. Well, that makes sense. Just the fuck. Alright, yes, we're gonna save here, and we're about 2.5 hours into the stream. So, I say we'll call it here for tonight, especially because the likelihood this trial is probably going to take us at least another hour and a half, maybe. I mean, the trials I feel like at least will take an hour in between the breaks. Takes their breaks, take an hour, and the scene afterwards. So, I say we'll call it here for the day. So, on that note, I hope you enjoyed the show, and if you did, and you were entertained, please share, follow, like, come back for another episode. I'll happily entertain you again. And if you know others who will be entertained by my show, please send them my way. I'll happily entertain you all. Well, until next time, and I will say we will be resuming our normal broadcast time, so we will be back with the rest of the episodes this week. There should be no issues with the episodes. Might have a minor issue depending how the cards play in the deck, but we should be all good for recording for the rest of the week on our episode. So, until next time, this is The Night Show, signing off.